Social Security, Retirement, Disability, SSDI, and Survivor's Benefits. We have a lot to talk about in regards to a recent report that was released by the Social Security Administration. Let's get into it and discuss all the details. Welcome and thank you so much for joining me. If you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, please make sure to hit the subscribe button right down below the video, as I'm back each and every day in videos just like this one to keep you updated with all this information that is changing very rapidly each and every day, as well as to do whatever I possibly can to help you out through these videos, as I know it is very difficult and confusing to keep all this information straight as it is changing so quickly. So if you like the sound of that, again, please subscribe right down below and share this video or any others here on the channel with your friends, family, and social media. Thank you. I really do appreciate it. I just want to continue helping out as many people as we possibly can during this time. All right, thank you. Let's get into this and talk about this recent report out of Social Security and what it actually means, and also following up with some of you that have been asking questions down below in the comments section, and I have some answers for you. So let's get into it and talk about this. So as you saw probably a few weeks ago, one of my videos I was out talking about this recent report out of Social Security where they were discussing the solvency of the Social Security program and these trust funds. Now let's quickly talk through this really quickly, and then we will talk about some of these questions that some of you have been asking me down in the comments section in regards to this, and I will be answering those questions for you. So in regards to this report, it is talking about the solvency of the program. In other words, how long does Social Security have to continue drawing on the money within the trust funds until they get to the point where the trust fund is empty? It no longer has money in it. Well, when that happens, many people are wondering, does that mean my benefits end? No, it doesn't mean that your benefits end, but rather benefits would be reduced at that point, because then they would only be paying out benefits based on the money that they are bringing in as a result of payroll taxes. So one quick side note. As you probably know, when you work, you pay taxes in out of each and every paycheck, right? You look at your pay stub and they say you've made, let's just say $1,000 gross. Well, then they take out federal taxes, state taxes. If you live in a state that has state taxes, they take out Social Security, Medicare, and all of these other taxes. And at the bottom line, you get your net paycheck, what you get to take home, your take-home pay, right? So all of those taxes, in other words, the Social Security taxes, are what they would be collecting at that point, and then they would be able to pay out Social Security benefits based on what they are collecting in Social Security taxes at that point. Now, one really quick side note. This is not going to be happening for many years from now. In fact, according to this recent report, they're suggesting that the Social Security Trust Fund, as in the Old Age and Survivors Benefits Trust Fund, would be completely depleted, according to this report, by 2033. So we're looking out about 12 years from now in the event that nothing is actually done to reform this program and ultimately bring more money in or do whatever they need to do. Seriously, I'm not even sure what the answer is as far as this, but they have about 12 years to go until they need to really get serious on a plan. But realistically, they need to get serious on a plan far before 12 years from now, because if they wait for 12 years, sorry, but it's way too late. They need to start working on this plan now, seriously right away. They need to start working on the plan, because it's going to take a long time to kind of bring everything back up to even and get this thing rolling, right? It's a very, very big program. As we know, there's about 80 million beneficiaries on Social Security kind of across the board. It's a lot of people, right? So anyway, let's get into this a little bit further. So anyway, in regards to this report, they're talking about the solvency of the program being these trust funds being completely depleted by 2033. Again, about 12 years from now. But again, at that time in the report, they're saying that they'd be able to pay about anywhere between about 76 and about 79% of benefits at that time. Now, this is where the questions are starting to come in. A lot of people here down in the comment section, I've seen a number of comments saying, number one, I already answered this, but I'm going to answer it again really quickly. When this happens, when the program is no longer solvent, does that mean that our benefits end? No, it does not mean that your benefits will end, but rather they would be reduced if they actually don't do something to change this program, as in bring it back up to even, as in figure out how they're going to get more money for the program so that they can continue to pay out 100% of benefits going forward into the future for many more years. Now, here's the thing. Many people rely on all of these benefits as like their primary source of income. In fact, 1/4 of people receiving all of these benefits, Social Security benefits, it is their only source of income. 1 in 4 people. That is like a big percentage, right? So they can't just act like, oh, it's okay, no big deal. No, they need to figure something out. So anyway, here is where a bunch of other questions come in, and I want to lay this all out, but before I do, I just want to say, I am not here to instill fear in anybody. I'm not here to stir the pot. I'm not here to get anybody scared in any way at all, but rather these are questions that I'm getting, and I want to lay all this out for you. So the questions are saying, my benefit is blank, X, whatever it happens to be, $851, $629, $732, whatever it happens to be. And the questions are being, what is my benefit going to look like in the event they're actually reduced? So what I want to do is I want to run through some round numbers and give you some examples of what benefits may look like in the event this actually happens and benefits are reduced as a result of the programs not being reformed and these programs being insolvent, okay? So again, please, I am not doing this to scare anybody, but rather I'm giving you some examples because these are the questions that I've been receiving down in the comments section, and I want to do whatever I can to lay this out for you and kind of let you know what's going on, okay? So I'm going to lay some numbers out. I'm going to tell you right now, it's not pretty. Seriously, it is not pretty at all, but these are the questions, and I just want to lay these out for you. All right. So let's get into this. I'm going to give you some round numbers, and I'm going to let you know what your benefit would look like based on a 79% payout versus 100%. Yeah, not good. All right, anyway, let me tell you these numbers here. So again, these are just round numbers, but they should get you pretty close. If you're receiving a $600 benefit, by the way, we need to factor in, one more quick side note here. We also need to factor in between now and the next 12 years, benefits will continue to go up as a result of the COLA raise and things like that, the cost of living adjustment. So we are not taking that into account at all right now, but just realize in 12 years from now, your benefits will likely be higher than what they are now. But as soon as if the program isn't reformed or something happens to it, as in they don't do something to keep benefits being paid out at 100%, then again, we would see a massive reduction in benefits. So anyway, here are the numbers. If you are receiving a $600 benefit and they can only pay out 79% of benefits at that point, your benefit would go from $600 to $474. That's a huge reduction in benefits. All right, next, if you are receiving a $700 monthly benefit and they can only pay out 79% of your monthly benefit, your benefit would then be reduced from $700 down to $553. Again, not good, not pretty at all. All right, $800 benefit. If you're receiving an $800 benefit and they can only pay out 79% of that benefit, your benefit would go from $800 down to $632. Yeah, this isn't good, seriously. Okay, a couple more examples here. If you are receiving a $900 benefit and they can only pay out 79% of those benefits, your benefit would go from $900 down to $711. And lastly, if you are receiving a $1,000 benefit and they can only pay out 79% of benefits, the benefit would be reduced from $1,000 down to $790. Yeah, not good. So, as you can see, these are massive reductions in benefits. For example, that one last example I gave you, a $1,000 benefit would be reduced by $210. Who can live on $210 less dollars each and every month in 12 years from now than what you're living on now? Does that make any sense? No. I mean, seriously, nobody can live on less. In fact, right now, we're doing everything we possibly can to reach out to Congress and remind them that we need more. Like, we need $210 more per month, not $210 less per month, right? So wow, those are some massive reductions. In fact, I didn't really realize how big the reductions would be until I started running the math on all those numbers, and I thought, there's no way that this can happen. There is no way that all of my friends here, all of you right here in this community, can live on like a couple $100 less per month. In fact, in the first example I gave you, the $600 benefit being reduced down to $474, that's a $126 reduction. That's a lot. That's a lot of money. I mean, seriously, that's like $126. That's like almost food for an entire month. Now, I get it. It's probably not totally all your food covered for 1 month, but I mean, you get my point. That's a lot of money to be reduced. Now, here's the thing. I just want to say this one more time. I'm not telling you this to scare anybody. I'm not here to instill fear in anybody. I'm simply saying these are the numbers based on what they are telling us in the event the program is insolvent, as in the trust fund is completely depleted, and they're only to pay out 79% of benefits based on what they are projecting, and they have not done any reform to the programs or anything to bring them back up so that they can pay out 100% of benefits. Right? So, and this is also way out into the future. This is like 12 years from now when it comes to the old age and survivors benefit trust fund. So, we're a long time out from now, but again, we all know time goes very fast, right? The years seem to zip right on by, and all of a sudden, here we know it's 12 years from now. But I wanted to lay this all out and just kind of let you know what's going on and just kind of let you know that, yeah, this is kind of scary, but at the same time, we're so far out from this right now. These are the questions that I continue to get down in the comments section, and I just want to lay it out because many of you have been asking me, what would this look like as far as my benefit? Now, I've seen a number of different benefits, but like I said, I wanted to give you some round numbers just to let you know what it would look like as far as if you get a $852 benefit, you could probably use the example of between $800 and $900, and you kind of get an average somewhere in the middle there, and just to get you kind of close to what you'd be looking at. But again, it's so far out in the future, you would have to imagine that they would do something to reform these programs and ultimately make sure that beneficiaries can ultimately get, at a minimum, 100% of their guaranteed benefit. You'd hope that they would do something as well to raise benefits, right? I mean, that's what we continue to push for right here. So, again, for those of you asking, I really hope that this answers your question, and I really hope that this kind of clears some things up for you. But I'll continue to be here for you. I will keep you posted with any new information that we get on all of this going forward. But again, this is very far out from now, but I wanted to lay it out for you. So, again, subscribe right down below the video. I'll continue to be here for you and keep you updated with all this information as we get it. And of course, I'll be your daily advocate in any way, shape, or form that I can be. Subscribe right down below, share this video with your friends, family, social media, and go back and check out some other videos right here on the channel. Thanks again, I appreciate you, and I will see you again in the next video.